And we are live.
Hello,
Hello, everyone.
everyone.
Welcome back to Connect the Dots with Candida. We are back. We took a vacation, guys. We had some time off. It was a long weekend. It was Thanksgiving, in Canada. So some country didn't have it, but we had Thanksgiving in Canada. And you know what Thanksgiving means. It's about getting together with the family. It's about feasting. It's about enjoying, having the best time of your life. And sometimes you can carry on by moving from one house to another. So the whole weekend, it was just about celebration and just being grateful. Like I was so grateful just to have be around family, be around my loved ones. That's something that, if you have that, you should cherish that because not a lot of people have a family to go and celebrate Thanksgiving with. So, welcome back Tuesday. We are here to enlighten somebody. It's the show is about to go down, guys. If you are joining us for the first time, this amazing panel is here every time. We're here at least 3 times a week to share some light about ourselves, our business, our personal stories. Whatever we will talk about, it will be here. So if you're joining for the first time, let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know which country. Let us know what you like about the show and what you dislike about the show. So my name is Candida. I'm a mom of two. I am a civil servant, a wife. I'm a proud digital business owner, originally from Cameroon, but I'm residing here in Ontario, Canada. So I'm going to pass the mic so my business partners can introduce themselves. So let's move over to you, Naomi. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning, Australia. It's morning here, 8 a.m. And we thank God for a new day. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. And those who will catch up later with the replay, we are glad you are here. My name is Naomi. I'm a mom of two boys, teenagers, and a wife, and I'm a full-time healthcare worker, and I'm a proud digital business owner residing in Australia, Adelaide, and I'm originally from Kenya. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.
Thank you, Naomi, all the way from Australia. It must be like bedtime now, Naomi.
No, it's 8 a.m. We are up on Wednesday
Oh,
morning.
see,
Wow.
it's only 5:30 our time. We haven't even had dinner, but it's already the next day for her. It's 8 o'clock. She's waking up,
Yes.
and we are not even thinking about going to bed yet. You see how
Yeah.
the word is. All right, let's move over to Geraldine. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Geraldine. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm a mom, a wife. I'm a registered nurse. But currently, I reside in Canada with my family. I'm a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, Geraldine. All right, let's move down to Lena. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, good evening from Canada. Uh, how is everyone today? My name is Lena. I am from Ontario, Canada. I'm a mom and a grandmother and a civil servant. I work as an admin assistant for the public sector, and I'm a proud digital business owner.
So proud digital business. I like the way you guys are saying proud digital business owner. All right, let's move over to Ronke. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ronke. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma of one, and I'm an accountant by training. I live in Calgary, Canada. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sis. All right. Today we have a show for Canadian and the Australian. So sometimes we might be all over the place, but today the Canadians are more dominating. So sometimes we're fighting with the Americans, but today we have the right to say that we are dominating the house. But don't feel bad, Naomi. Till next
Yeah,
time.
No.
together.
All right. So today's show is all about preparing for the next generation. It's family.
Hmm.
When we talk about the next generation, think about it. Think about what you want to achieve, what you want to leave, what you want the next generation to be like. Family is not just about who you love today. It's about who we are building tomorrow for. You want to build tomorrow for somebody else. Every decision we make today, every risk we take, every dream we chase has a power to shape the life of somebody else. And that is our future generation. It could be our kids, it could be our grandkids. We are preparing for their next generation. So it's not about us anymore. It's about working hard to leave something for them, for that generation to come. They don't know yet, but we are doing something for them. And this is called the sacrifice. In your life, you need to make some sacrifice. Sometimes some people don't understand that in order to make somebody else happy, you might have to sacrifice your own happiness to make that person happy. And I always say we are the sacrifice generation because we are diaspora that came to another country. We did not come here young. So our children who are born here, they are our next generation. But we consider ourselves a sacrifice generation because we are sacrificing ourselves to make their next generation better. We don't want them to go through what we are going through. So that is what we're doing, all we're doing. It's tough love, guys, but this is something that when you are going ahead, wherever ahead is, you know that you are living a peace of mind. You are living something that somebody somewhere will sit down and say, whether my aunt did this for me, my mom did this for me, my grandma did this for me, or my cousin did this for me. So we are sacrificing our generation so that the next generation can live a better life, just like our ancestors sacrificed what they did so that we can be where we are today. So, not to waste any of your time, we have a beautiful topic for you today. So, my business partners, we are going to dive in right to the topic, which is how we are going to share some of these powerful moments, topics, or even we can say opinions on how to prepare for the next generation. And I'm going to start with you, Sister Lina. So sometimes when they say, preparing for the next generation, we are thinking about leaving a lasting legacy, like I said. How will you, prepare this lasting legacy for your next generation?
Thank you, Candida, for that question. I just want to, piggyback on your point that one thing that you said. We are a sacrificing generation. As a diaspora, yes, I'm also an immigrant to this Canada. To tell you the truth, I was in Dubai for almost 22 years. I was very happy. We had a good job. We were well established there, me and my husband and children. And we didn't have to actually come to this country or thinking of immigrating anywhere else because we were quite happy. As maybe some of you all know, Dubai is a wealthy country. And if we were to focus there, we would have been really doing well. The only one thing that it was worried for us, our children. At the time, 22 years ago, when our children were growing, they could only study up to grade 10, and after that they had to, because by the time they become 18, they couldn't stay anymore in that country because things were not there. Even the universities were not there, proper universities. And to send my children back to the place where I was born in India, it was very impossible because they didn't know the language, they didn't know how to, social culture and all that thing. It would have been very difficult. At that point, we did sacrifice. We just gave away all our home, our careers, and everything, and we we came to this country about 25 years ago. So it was not easy, but what we did was we didn't have to do it because we were happy. We only did for our kids, our future generation. So it's a legacy that we are leaving, coming from a place where and settling here, so they will have a better opportunities, and they will have a better life. And not only that, where I was in Dubai, we were not at the time were able to own any house or property or anything like that. It was all in rental base. Of course, now things have become different, but at the time we wanted something to leave for our children. So when we came over here, we invested in the house, so that piece of property is there for kids in case tomorrow when we are done and gone from here. So these are the little things that we actually leave a legacy. And then also, financial freedom, and the other was the time freedom. That's very important because as you I think I mentioned, in the school system they don't teach all this. But somehow, some way, when I was young, I used to keep those little piggy banks, those tiny ones, and give it to my kids, just to put some pennies in that, and to make it full and encourage them to save. So this is how you teach them and leave that kind of legacy, that not everything is there to spend whatever buy what you need, but what you want, you can always keep for kids like that. And now, coming back to this, at this stage of my life, I'm still working, but I also started this business. This is an online business that we have. This particular business keeps we can leave a legacy from this business. So we are working hard and also working smart, and leaving something for our kids in the future, because we don't want them to struggle the way we are done. So we want them to live something smooth and well, so that their life can be better. It for me.
Absolutely, sis. When you were talking about, you had to make a choice to either go back to India and have your children's got like lost in the society because they were not from there and they did not know the culture anymore. They don't speak the language. It's going to be a frustration for them.
Yeah.
So you have to make that sacrifice to move somewhere else where it's better for them, because that is you thinking about their future. That is the next generation you're thinking. It's no longer about yourself anymore. That is the sacrifice moment you are making at that point. As a parent, you're thinking about what is better for my child, what is good for my child, what would the future of my child look like, and you choose the future where they will have access to good school, they will have access to the system where they will be able to graduate and have a job and maybe take care of themselves, and even you will be able to purchase that house and leave them something that you can say, okay, this is my hard work to my children. Very important. And that financial freedom, it might not be like you don't have to be a millionaire to have a financial freedom. Financial freedom can just be like you might not even have money in your bank account, but because you have a peace of mind, you're not owing creditors anything anywhere that creditors are calling and you're running away from the phone. You are having your financial freedom. You know, it's better to have no money in your bank account, but do not owe anybody anything, than to have something in your account, but you owe everybody something that you don't even want to go out because you might run into somebody that you are owing. So that is a stressful life, but you want your financial freedom. That is very, very good. Thank you, sis. All right, let's move over to Minto Geraldine. So sometime as we are talking about, diaspora, we're talking about making these sacrifices, we're talking about going through all these things. There is something that we want to break that generational cycle. Sometimes we want to give the best. How can we break the generational cycle so that our kids have the better way?
Thank you so much, Candida. When it just like all of us here, we watch our parents work so hard, try to make ends meet. Some struggle hard to eat, struggle hard to train their children, and they work so hard, and at the end they had nothing to show for it, because of, will I say, that cycle that is going, that cycle, like doing one thing, the next generation continue the same footstep of the parents. So this generation, just as Candida said, we are like the sacrifice generation. We have to see ourselves as chain breakers, cycle breakers. We are here to break those cycles. We don't want to continue with the footstep of our parents, the way they struggle so hard and barely have any savings, barely live happy life. So one thing in mind is to have that positive mindset. We have to like see ourselves as those, as people that will bring that change, because we have to decide, build our mindset, be determined. We are going to do it. We believe in ourselves, because another thing is to trust yourself. You can do it. Just like every one of us, most of us didn't have any business background, but because we want to break that chain, we don't want to continue living that paycheck to paycheck. We don't want to continue working for people for life, and at retirement, we will barely eat, we will barely feed, we will barely train our children or live the life we want. That's why we went extra mile to start something on the side. So most of us started this business as plan B. Eventually, it turned out to be plan A. So whether you have something that is working for you now, whether you have a good job, whether you're living the life you want, it's always good to build something, just as Lena said. Build a legacy you can leave onto your children. See yourself that the way all of us are working for people, living paycheck to paycheck, we don't want our children to continue like that. Because if you depend on that, you're working for somebody, it's not your own. You can wake up any time and give you a sack letter, and you see that the person is starting from level 0. So we see it's always good. This you just like enlighten everybody. Don't believe in one stream of income. Develop as many as you can. Have plan A, have plan B, have plan C, even to plan Z. As many as you can. Plan something, generate a strong, build that legacy, the footstep that you want your children to follow. And it may not be business. Everything cannot be business. Everybody will not be business owners. It can be like having a craft work, having a handwork, learning something on the side. Even if you are training your children in school for them to have that good job, let them have another thing at the side, so that they will build something that will work for them even at their retirement. It's always good to have something that even when you're sleeping, that is generating money for you. Because if anything happened to your job, our certificate. Another thing, one reason I started this business, I was like, can I pass all my licenses and all my certificates to my children? No. But this business, I build it, I can pass it on to my children, and they will also pass it on to their offspring. It's kind of building legacy. So it can be anything. It can be a handwork, it can be like investment or anything that you will build, you pass it on to your children to build that legacy, to break that chain of living paycheck to paycheck. So that's my own side of the story. And for us to do that, we have to have the right education. For those that are into business, they have to have that business mindset to do their training. For those that are doing other things, they have to have the right education. Get something on the side, like a job that can help you build the other thing on the side. Most of us are not doing this full time. We have other things we are doing now. We are getting money from there, using it to build our business. And we see ourselves, it's always good for us to see ourselves as that chain breaker. When you see yourself there, you're there to break that chain, and you work towards your mindset, you believe in yourself, you determine, because most of us procrastinate a lot. It's not that those that procrastinate, they are so lazy, but it's just fear. They are afraid of failure. They are afraid of trying new things. They have many things and obstacles disturbing them. Not really that they cannot do it, it's just that they don't believe in themselves. So it's always good to have that positive mindset, believe in yourself, believe you can do it, work towards it, set your goal and work towards it, and you will do it. That's my little contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. When you're talking about breaking the generational cycle, I'm laughing because when you look at our generation and the diaspora, and you see a household, if your mom is a nurse, your mom is going to direct you to be a nurse.
Yeah.
They're just going to channel you to that, direction. And they're just gonna do everything for you to follow their footsteps. And sometimes we need to break that. I remember, growing up here in Canada, my mom is a nurse, and all these 12-hour shift, weekends, they just do all this, they are rotational. And I swear I will never be a nurse because I'm not gonna be part of it. So I wanted to go to the office. I want to be on my computer. I want to do my own things. I did, no matter how they said the nurse was a good job. It was this, it was it. No, that was not for me. I did not want to be part of it. And
Yeah.
my mom said that it was not going to work for me. She channeled my sister towards that. So, but this is the thing. Sometimes when you are in that cycle, you just realize that you're following your parent footstep, and sometimes it's okay to break it. It's okay to divert, go your own way, be something else, but it will always be like the first thing that they will encourage you. If you have a doctor, maybe the child is more likely to be a doctor or to be in the healthcare and things like that. So, but it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but sometimes we need to break that channel. We need to find our own, lynch. We need to be our own. We need to do what we love to do, because healthcare is not for me, no matter what. I did try. I tried to do how you volunteer to see if it's for you. It was not for me. And when you know yourself, you just know that it will not work for you. So, all right, let's move over to Mentor Ronke. So, some of the things that will really help us build the next generation, it's about building confidence and leadership. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, when we say building confidence and leadership, we're talking about a mindset, a kind of mindset that it's right for us. And I want to first of all say that every individual, every human being has a dream. We all have a dream. And most especially as an immigrant into another country, you have a dream. It was that dream that pushed, maybe even if it were the parents or my parents that came, that pushed whoever first of all migrated to say, okay, I want to migrate. That was the first thing that pushed us. And then behind that is that for every individual, for every person, there's also cultural influences. One of our own cultural influences as an African is that we believe that hard work, I must just work, like get paid for my money. That's the only source of income. We believe that's what we are supposed to do, especially when we are immigrants in another country. And when you do, one of the things you can teach your children is that they can go after their dreams. And I'll tell you a short story. I have My daughter-in-law is a nurse by profession, and I know that part of why she was doing that, her parents wanted her to be a nurse. But suddenly now she's also have a side business. If you ask me what does she do, she makes soap. Some of this other soap, that some of these artisan soaps, specialty soaps, they make it, and she has orders that she cannot fulfill all the orders yet. She's on Instagram, she advertises there. So you find out that, and I know that there was my son is also very passionate about soccer, and he does that. He would organize little things for young people to do. So how do they form that kind of attitude? Because they know that I do not just sit and say, I'm an accountant, I'm in my office, good. But I think about what more can I do for myself? In fact, how can I sack my boss?
Yes.
That should be our mindset. So that's why I said we should be able, when we do this kind of things, we are creating a different mindset for our children. So our children are not just happy to be government workers, or okay, I work in an office, and then until the day they say we don't have any job for you anymore. That is one of the reasons why we need to do this. We all need to be up and doing, not just up and doing. Like, what is my dream? One of our dreams is to remove poverty from our lives, poverty of mind, poverty in finances, and when we come out and do this kind of businesses, we are able to remove that poverty financially, poverty in our mindsets, poverty mentally. All those things will be eradicated. Another reason why we also need to look at this kind of businesses is that we create opportunities. We create opportunities. We create opportunities for even our generation coming. We are building a foundation. For instance, I know my children, if my daughter too does shift work, if she's called for a job, or there's an opening there, she doesn't ask me, "Mom, should I work?" Because she knows I will say, "Go and work." So there's a foundation that I am not saying go look for an easy way to make money. No, you work, you earn. But when we do this kind of things, we are building a generational legacy. Like it's been said many times already this afternoon, we are building a legacy for our family, something that we can all fall back on. You see, companies like Ford was built by a family. A family started Ford. They are called the Ford family. And then we have that big Ford company. The same way we can build legacies like that, lasting things. Not that, for instance, she's a nurse, like she said, she can't pass on a certificate. I couldn't pass on my certificate to my children. They had to go earn their certificates. But there are some businesses that you would run, like this digital business. It will pass on, to your generation, and to your generation, the one that is not yet born. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes we call it tough love. Sometimes you have to teach the children, even for them to go and get a job, so that they know that just money, before they spend money, you have to work hard for it. It's not because you want them to just work and make money. You want them to understand that money is not just there where you can turn around and ask mom, I want $20, and they'll give you $20. Go and make that $20, and then you know how hard it is. So when you're spending that $20, you know that, if I just spend, I will have to work hard again to make another one. It gives them a little bit of conscience to be like, okay, I need to be careful how I'm spending my money. Maybe you see something, you like I always say, you go to buy something. Do you really want that? Sometimes we have our closet full of clothes and shoes, but we still want to buy more. And then before you buy that, just ask, do I really need the shoes? With all the 10 other pair that you have in your closet, do you need another one? But because you desire it doesn't mean you need it. So those are the things that we try to do to teach our children. All right, let's move over to Mentor Naomi. So one of the things that we have to do as a purpose of building the next generation or preparing the next generation is to fulfill our divine purpose. So what is this purpose that we are looking to fulfill?
Thank you, Sister Candida, for the time, and thank you for our viewers, our audience. We are glad you are here, and we hope you are being inspired. Now, I just want to remind ourselves that as we live in this world, everybody, we have a purpose. God has a purpose for each and every one of us in this world before He comes back to take us home, or before we rest and wait for the second coming of Christ. But we need to remember, and sometimes we have failed to do our divine purpose, because our purpose in this world, we need to serve, we need to create an impact, we need to create seeds, so that when we live, we have created an impact in some people's life. We have planted seeds. We have left a legacy that even when you go, it still lives on. And I just realized that in this world, because of the life we are living, we have needs, we have wants, we have responsibilities as mothers, as parents. Sometimes we can easily forget our purpose, our divine purpose in this world, because we are caught up with so many things, especially living abroad, balancing between your work, family time, especially time for work, time for family, and time even to do God's work. If we don't plan how we can balance all these things so that we everything or everybody has an equal share of us. If it's God's work, if it's work, the work we are doing, if it's family time, if we don't plan and keep it equal, then that means at the end we haven't fulfilled our purpose. We haven't created an impact. We haven't planted the seed. So I will just encourage the audience that we need to plan ourselves, especially when we talk about finances. Because if you don't have money in your account, or if you are living on debts, that means you'll be stressed. You won't have peace. And even if you are in your family, that means you will not be present because you are worried. You're worried about the future. You're worried about the school fees. You're worried about the bills and everything. And that's why it's good to look for other ways of streams of income. That's why we encourage ourselves and the audience that we need not to rely on one income, because anything can happen with one income, and it can paralyze us. So that's why we encourage um, to look for other streams. It doesn't need to be a business, although we encourage a business like this because of its flexibility and the time freedom that it brings, because you can do it aside with other plans, or with other streams of income, or without your job, because you don't have to spend all the time in that job, in this business, and it's actually something you're building for your own. Now this is something that belongs to you. It has your name, and you can pass it on to your children, the children, the children. But you can also do something else, because not everybody will do a business. So we just want to encourage our friends, our families, that it's good to look for plan B, and even up to plan C, as my sister said. And through that, we'll be able to balance our finances, and we'll be able to build ourselves, and be able to have that time freedom, time for our families, and time to serve. Do God is work, because we're here to serve. For me, my prayer is that I create impact. I'm a person who is happy to serve and support, and sometimes I I don't feel good when I think I'm supposed to help, but then I'm not able to help. Then I don't feel that it goes well with me, and that's why for me I've started creating other streams of income so that I'll be more present.
Mhm.
Really, I'm more present to do God's work, and I'll be more present to serve the community, and serve my people, and serve my family, and serve everybody, and be able to create an impact, plant seeds. And the seeds can be seeds of kindness, it can be friendship, can be generosity. There are so many ways you can plant seeds, even through your children, and your friends, and other people in the world. So I would encourage our viewers, our audience, to look live at this point, that we are living not to survive, but to serve. And if we don't think about this well, I because for me, I would say sometimes back I was like almost surviving, so I wasn't fulfilling the purpose that I need to fulfill as a human being, as God created me. So I will just encourage us to think about this, and see whether the life you are living, or the things you are doing, are you present? Are you present for yourself? Are you able to serve those people around you? Are you creating an impact? Are you planting seeds? Are you present all the time? And are you uplifting? Because we are here to uplift one another. Are we able to do all these things? If they are not happening, then you need to rethink, and start planning other way around, so that you'll be able to achieve the purpose that God created you for. Thank you. That's all
Thank
for
you,
me.
sis. Sarah, thank you. That is very powerful. We all have purpose in this life. You're here to serve your purpose. And we have different way of serving God's our purpose. So whatever yours might be, you just have to focus on it. Whether you're serving your community, your church, you're serving whatever you may be doing. Whether it's your child's school, it's your purpose that God have sent you to do. And sometimes when they say, somebody say, I want to die, they say you're not dying because you haven't served your purpose yet. God, you still, God is not done with you. Everybody have a purpose. And let's just live today, with one thing. And there was something that I wanted to mention about one thing we want to leave for our next generation is to empower them with knowledge. That knowledge is the most valuable gift that you can pass on to your next generation. It's something that they can have with them that nobody will ever take from them. Once they have that knowledge, it will stay with them forever. And empowering our children with knowledge, it doesn't mean sending them to school. It's also about teaching them how to think. It's about teaching them how to make wise decisions. It's about teaching them how to communicate. It's not only about school. It's about teaching them how to be confident. So knowledge is something that we always have to, let our kid know that they are very important. When you show your child, for myself, when I show my child how I'm running my digital business, because sometimes I need my daughter to help me when I'm like stuck with technology. I'm showing her that mom is learning. You're never too old to learn. Sometimes it's just they know more than we do sometimes. And don't be shy to ask your child for help. You teach them that learning is something that is in progress and you can never stop learning. Whether it's teaching them how to cook, whether it's teaching them how to properly clean the house or what, it's the knowledge that you are instilling in them. And they will grow up, they will never forget about you, what you have taught them. And that's something that they will grow up remembering, that mommy used to do this, daddy used to do this, or grandma used to do this. So today, we want to leave you today. We hope that we have touched you guys in one way or the other. We hope that you guys now can think about what you want to leave to the next generation. So as you go about your day, remember this: the next generation is watching. They are learning and they are waiting for our examples. Your examples that you're showing them is what they're learning from it. So every step you take towards your growth or your business, or any step you take towards building, every act of faith that you take on this world, know that you are laying that foundation for the next generation. So we can rise together as business partners or as just friends and prepare our children for their future, the future that it will be more comfortable than our own. So if you are interested in being part of our journey, if being part of this exciting community, you see our website, you know that you can reach out to us through this website display. You can watch our complimentary webinar at any time. This business is open to everybody. The doors of opportunities are there for you. So don't wait any longer. Take the step today. And let me tell you, if you have been waiting, this month is actually the best month to jumpstart this business.
Yeah.
We have a nice promotion that is going on right now. We have a promotion that you can earn 4 times the commission by joining this digital business in this month of October. It's a Thanksgiving month and it's also a gratitude month. So come and enjoy this, because this is like the best promotion ever that people who started did not have this opportunity. So don't waste any more time. Come and see what we are doing, because those doors of opportunities are open and they're still open for you. We want to thank you for joining us today. And until next time at Connect the Dots with Candida, see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.